season, like the last one, ended with a loss, especially giving up big points from the 3 point line, giving up a big run in the third quarter as well. After the Bulls come out in the third quarter and go on an initial 7-0 run, we're going to talk about the Bulls' season opening loss at home to the OKC Thunder right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And unfortunately, we are opening up the season with a loss, this time to the OKC Thunder. This was a game in which the Chicago Bulls shot more threes. They got some decent offensive rebounds, but they just could not withstand it. Despite a 7-0 run to open up the third quarter, in which they completely clear a 6-point deficit, the Chicago Bulls still lose this game in big fashion, just giving up a barrage of 3-pointers in the second half of the game to the Chicago Bulls. The OKC Thunder finished this game 48% from 3-point, going 19 of 39 from the 3-point range, shoot the ball 54% overall from the field, whereas Chicago Bulls did take 42 threes, but only make 2 of them, go 39 of 94 from the field for 41%. They also have 12 turnovers, a little bit lower than what was expected. They get 26 assists on 39 made baskets, 42 rebounds, 13 of those being offensive. But overall, the Chicago Bulls just do not execute defensively well enough at the 3-point line to overtake this game. And that is what hurt this team. And that was, what hurt this team a lot last season as well. And so it's unfortunate to see the Chicago Bulls change some things with their offense, but really give up kind of the same thing that they did before in the second half of this game specifically, right? Second half of this game, the OKC Thunder went 11 of 19 from 3-point range. That is a 58% percentage from the 3-point line in the second half of this game, whereas the Chicago Bulls went 6 of 19 for 32%. Those are things that's gonna hurt the team. When you look in the second half of the game, the Bulls with 5 offensive rebounds, so the OKC Thunder's 1. Now they do get out rebounded on the defensive end, 20-14. But at the end of the day, it sucks. The Bulls had a lead of 1 point in the second half, whereas the OKC Thunder had a big lead of 21 in this game. Points in the paint, Chicago Bulls win that by 12 technically. Points off turnovers, in the second half specifically, only 1 point off turnovers for the Chicago Bulls, but in the game overall, points off turnovers, the Bulls have way more than the OKC Thunder. So it's not this team, 22-16 as far as points off turnovers. This team takes advantage of some things that we said, but when you allow a team to shoot that way from the 3-point line, it's going to be hard to overcome. And that's what the Chicago Bulls team failed at. Zach LaVine as well, getting to the free throw line, overall not playing a great game at all to start off his season, 4 of 16 from the field with 16 points, 3 assists, 4 turnovers in this game, 4 rebounds as well. He did get in foul trouble early in the first half of this game. That's inexcusable. Patrick Williams does take 10 shots in this game, so shout out to P. Will there. But it goes 0-4 from the 3-point line, 4-10 overall from the field, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 rebounds from him. DeMar DeRozan, 9 of 20 for 20 points. Nikola Vucevic, 5 of 8. Played some really good defense there for a while. He has 2 blocks, 3 steals, 9 rebounds overall, but just nobody does enough to get it done. And that's what it boils down to. And that's what hurts this team. Nobody does enough to get it done. So it's unfortunate that we got to start this season off with a loss like this in a game that was winnable after the first half. But that really brings together just the concerns of this Bulls team. And so, they got to go back to the drawing board. They got to figure some stuff out before they have Toronto, I believe, on Friday. I believe that's who we play on Friday. And we'll see what comes from the Chicago Bulls. Like, listen, this was a thing that really put the Bulls in a situation where a lot of their weaknesses was exposed early on. We got Kev coming on with that tight-ass jersey. Come on, bro. The Chinaman jersey, bro. Like, let's. No, I'm just messing with you. What's going on, Big Kev? How you feeling about this game, bro?
You know what? I'm gonna stay even keel, as Bobby like to say. It's just the first game of the season, bro. It sucks to lose at the crib like that, and it sucks to see the rotations suck the way with Billy Donovan. It's terrible to see the Bulls go out there and shoot 40 plus threes and missed the majority of them. But I do like the fact that they were very aggressive tonight in certain areas. But at the end of the day, man, this team, I saw somebody comment in the comment section over on our stream, that this team has been together long enough to not lose by 20 plus points to the Oklahoma City Thunder, bro. Even though Oklahoma is a talented team, SGA is a legitimate MVP candidate. This team has been together long enough with a veteran presence to lose like this. It's just not a good taste in your mouth, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. I just was going off about it for 4 minutes, so I feel you. Steve, how you feeling about this opening loss, bro?
Go to Bobby.
What are you going to jump on the stream for to just say go to Bobby?
All right, give me some time.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Man, look, first, I'm going to just preface it by saying, look, it's game one. They got to fix some stuff. I ain't going to overreact. I'm going to give them 25 games. And then I'm going to go ahead and after that, I'm going to cook them. I'm going to give them time to adjust because they got a tough schedule coming up. Let's see how they go ahead and adjust and play along the way with trying to incorporate a new play style. But I will say there are some things that are glaring that were problems from last season that were present in this game. Is rotations that have been bad. That's from the coach and on the court defensively. And I think that though they want to change the shooting profile to shoot more threes, you don't have to shoot 42 threes. You look better in the preseason when you shot 32, 35. I understand you want to get around the league average, but you had your in my mind, for what I've seen, you were most effective when you kind of mix it up a little bit. In the majority of this game, we seen maybe a 2-man type of action going on, and then the other guys just standing there. Where was the player movement that we seen all preseason? Where was, you know what I'm saying? What was that type of stuff?
And that was the thing that
they got to fix.
That to me is like I get wanting to get more 3-pointers up, but like in a game like this where you do kill on the offensive boards, there were times where the Bulls really should have slowed it down and ran a play, and instead they just went with the first quick play to shoot, and they didn't necessarily set up, and it was just bad from there, man. And that's the thing is like I get it that you want to change some things, and some things absolutely do need to change, right? We know that this team has things that we want to see evolution from this to become a more modern style offense, but you don't want to get threes up. Just it feels like they got the wrong message in this game, and they took, hey, we need to shoot more threes into the moment. Let's start shooting threes to shoot threes. No, how you get them is as important as taking them. And so if you take better quality threes, you don't need to take as many. And that's where this team definitely failed at in this game. Steve-O, you had some time, man. Go ahead, bro.
You just cracked me up when you said we should have slowed down and called the play. Do you honestly expect this dumbass coach to call a play? I'm gonna be quite frank with you. You could call me Skies Falling. You could call me. It's the same fucking team. I don't give a fuck what game, what year. It's the same shit. What did I say? When the going gets tough, we revert back to the same shit we're used to, which is bad habits. What are we doing on offense? Standing around. I don't care if we move the ball around. It's better when somebody's cutting to the basket.
Moving the ball around without moving off the ball is pointless. So
it's so pointless. You're not gonna get any open shots. And then another thing, feed Vooch the ball down low. Stop giving him the ball at the top. That's why he's off of fucking the coach today. Give me the ball down low. Every time I catch the ball today with Vooch, he had to work his way into the paint. That should not be the case.
They think he's Joker. They think he's Joker.
And that's what, and he ain't. And that's the thing that they made them like. Don't get me wrong. And hearing like play through Vooch, some you do want to do that. But Vooch even said, "I'm not Jokic. I can do some of those things, but I'm not Jokic." And so, like, and Stacey King called it out in the first half. It was like the players were scared to make an entry pass. If you're not going to move without the ball, right? That's a big thing as well. If you can't make an entry pass, what the fuck are we doing? And so, like. The thing, and I don't want to overblow it because it is only one loss, and they did do some things, at least in the first half, positively. But the thing that frightens me more than even the not getting to Vooch, of shooting threes, the thing that frightened me more about this team is, once again, this team got punched in the fucking mouth and sat on their knees and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, master." That is a problem with this team, is that if you have no resolve, what the fuck are we doing here? That's the biggest problem to me. 3-point shooting, they gonna fall sometimes. Zach LaVine not hitting the shot in the first half, that's not going to happen a lot over the course of the season. But the thing that you cannot take as a team that's professionally paid to play a sport is when a team goes on a run. You came out the first half, I give it to you. You went on a 7-0 run, took a 1-point lead. But immediately in that same quarter, when the OKC Thunder went on a run, I watched those players' body language, their shoulders drop. The only one who didn't was DeMar DeRozan, and that's just because he looked at it and said, "Oh, better get isolation the rest of the game."
I add in that Patrick Williams didn't be
Patrick
passive
Williams
at
as
one
well.
point.
I will give you that as well.
And I think it was
aggressive.
the third quarter that Billy Donovan, he's seen that Patrick Williams, he was at least in that moment at the end of the third quarter, was the only one really trying to seek out his shot by attacking the paint a little bit. Billy Donovan felt some resistance and he panicked and took him out of the game. And then boom, these guys went on a run. And these guys on defense had no defensive communication whatsoever.
Bobby, the Bulls got to within 1, and then he took Williams out, and then OKC went on a 12-0 run, I believe, 13-0.
I don't know what's wrong. Well, that's the same coach
we've
been dealing with for the third consecutive season.
You remember they gave him a secret contract extension last season and didn't tell nobody? Remember that?
And we still don't know how long the contract extension for the money.
This motherfucker could be here for 10 years for all we know.
They could have gave him a lifetime contract. Super chat from the General Brandon that just says, "I think Billy hate to feed Vooch in the third quarter." In the game, period. Billy, listen, I understand, and I've told you guys, I'm very rational. Billy ain't going nowhere, but he need to. That's the thing. Billy ain't going nowhere, but he need to. At this point, it's like a relationship where neither party want to let go. Let this shit go. It's over with. Pay that man. Let him go home. He just got cooked by somebody that was his protege. That's when you know it's time to retire.
We can't even find one 3-point shooter. They found 2 we ain't never heard of.
No,
in the whole fuck is Isaiah Joe.
Oh, well, Isaiah Joe is a former. Isn't he a former lottery pick? Isaiah Joe, I think, is a former lottery pick.
I don't know.
I think he was, bro.
Joe alone, like his name.
He went to Arkansas. He ain't go no damn lottery.
Oh no, he was second round, 49th overall pick. But
they never see nobody out of Arkansas go to the lottery.
That's crazy. Ultimately though, that is the biggest thing, is that once again, like, I could take the team losing, right? But show some fight, show some grit. The game wasn't even over. They technically could have came back, right? Yes, the lead got to 11-point lead, but at the end of the day, like that, it was 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Why are you getting down on yourself with a quarter and a half of basketball left to play?
Because they know they coach can't run nothing.
It don't matter. Then you know what you do if you got some resolve in your veteran team? You say we about to fix this shit and make the coach look like an idiot. You don't sit there and get down on. No, I'm sorry, I can't give. If you get down on yourself and your teammates because you don't like the coach, you are equally as much of a bitch as Billy Donovan. I'm sorry, nobody gets so bad.
Maybe this is a team full of bitches. I'm just saying, maybe this is a team full of bitches. I ain't seen no hard shit come out of none of these motherfuckers. All of their ass light skin is as far as I'm concerned. I ain't seen a stroke of heart since 2 years ago. And if they ain't gonna get it now, they ain't gonna ever do it. I don't want to hear that as one game. It's the same thing every time. Every single thing I seen why we lost that damn game against the Heat is the same reason why we lost tonight. What you do? Take Drummond out. What you do tonight? Take Patrick out. For what?
We were +8 with Andre Drummond on the court.
Keep taking him out. For what?
Yeah.
He's stupid. Why do we keep getting stupid coaches? It literally don't make sense. You can't rationalize it. There's nothing to rationalize. Why once again, timeouts. He don't call timeouts. We just bleeding. We just bleeding the hell out. Arm chopped off. We bleeding. It's dead. We gone.
Somebody, where's Alana at? It's Alana, come get Steve-O. Like, this man got to calm down.
Pass it.
You're sorry, but I agree with bro. This isn't just one game. This has been 2.5 seasons. Too many 3-point attempts. No, it has not been two. Like I get that we're upset, but at the end of the day, this is just one game. It's one game to start off the season, and the team showed some things. But I tell you what, if you're not going to show fight when teams go on runs, that's concerning. That's the thing.
Bro, we gotta stop. We really gotta stop.
But
we really gotta stop when we're seeing. When you see the exact same shit. Yeah, we seen some new stuff.
Steve, let Kev talk. Let Kev calm down. Let Kev talk.
Neither one of us had high expectation for the Bulls.
I didn't already explain this to you, Kev. The reason why I had them higher wasn't because I thought they was better than the Bulls. I know they not stupid over there.
I wasn't talking about OKC. I'm talking about overall. Neither one of us expected the Bulls to be better this season. Don't let your blood pressure get up, my guy.
But this is my whole point of it's just irritating me because you keep talking about we're a police away. We're almost there. No, you ain't. You're not there. You're not there at all.
Stop C-dubbing the microphone, bro.
I can't help it.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna turn Steve-O's volume down a little bit. He's C-dubbing the microphone right now. Bobby, you've been kind of quiet over there, man. When you see the lack of heart from this team, how does that make you feel?
I just think it's a product of the coaching, because to me personally, I think the rotations was a bit too erratic. I didn't understand why you kept switching players in and out so much. I think that when Billy Donovan ran a lineup with I think it was Kobe White, Ayo, and Patrick Williams, and then two other guys, they was in there. They had a nice little run, and then you see we brought it up again, man. The guys, he just the man can't get his mind right for some apparent reason, and that's just what it is. And this is who we hooked our wagon to for the next few years. Really,
you're right. The Bulls had a 10-man rotation on the first game of the night to start.
And I don't think, me personally, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's just how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You can run 10-man rotations first game. Ain't nobody finna how these players going heavy minutes. So, but it's the way that you do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the biggest issue. A lot of the things he did still doesn't make sense, and it definitely didn't make sense tonight.
But when you that's agree. I agree. The 10-man rotation ain't the issue. It's him doing the 10-man rotation, because when you do that, you have to understand when and where. That's probably one of the most important things when it comes to a professional coach. You have to know when and where. You need to know, maybe I should keep Pat Will out there. I know his mentality. I know how
that's a great point. It's not just about what you play or who you, because going 10 men deep ain't that's not an oddity anymore in the NBA. Yeah. This ain't the early 2000s. This ain't Tom Thibodeau where you run 8 people or 7 people. Like a 10-man rotation in of itself isn't bad, but it's how and where you pick it. And it seemed like Billy Donovan, whereas because the OKC Thunder went 11 people deep in their first half, but it seemed like there was more of an intent behind it. With Billy Donovan, when he goes deep into the bench, it doesn't feel like it's intentful. It feels like it's a panic of, Ayo, you go out there and get that. That's the problem. If you're going to play 10 people deep, play the chess game. The problem that we have with Billy Donovan is he doesn't play the chess game. Donovan is in a constant state of reaction. He never makes anybody react or adjust to him. We're always in a place of adjusting to what the other team does, unless we have a huge lead. Like I said, when the Bulls had the 5-point lead, did not think, even with Zach LaVine not hitting a single shot from the field, it felt like things were. Billy Donovan is Luke Getsy, meaning that when he has a lead, it's a lot more loose and comfortable. The moment that he doesn't have the lead, it tenses up, and that's when we start seeing the bullshit.
You know what's crazy? Everybody focusing on DeMar, and I get it, minus 29 on the plus minus, only 20 points for 20 shots. But you got to look at the whole team, bro. The entire team.
They all
shot 40% from the field, less than 30% from 3. Look, Zach had 20 points on 20 shots, but then you had Patrick Williams on 8 points from 10 shots. You had Vucevic on 11 points from 8 shots. Zach LaVine, 16 points on 16 shots. Kobe White, 14 points on 15 shots. 15 points on
inefficient night
shots.
From everybody.
Everybody was out there just playing terrible. So, let's not just blame Debo like he was the only person taking and missing shots. The whole squad was missing except Torrey Craig because he was the only one that shot.
I mean, he hit the
50%.
side of the backboard at one
He-
time, but
Bruh.
other than that,
We
yeah,
couldn't
Why
do
he
like,
ain't
nothing
take
but
his
cry.
ass out then?
He did wrong for that, but him and Andre Drummond and Ayo are the only ones that shot. And Nikola Vucevic also shot above 60%, but the rest of these guys shot 40% or less, 45% or less. It wasn't good.
yeah. It ultimately, like when it comes down to it, the Bulls suffer from a lot of bad things. They didn't defend the three ball well. They didn't shoot the ball well from three or from the field, really, like especially not compared to the OKC Thunder. And the defense, like this was a team that got frantic defensively. Now we know that Dangault is a damn good offensive coach, and he draws up great offensive adjustments. But at the end of the day, the Bulls defense, much like I said, and I keep going back to just the temperament of this team. This team got down on themselves, and every single time I've ever seen and said, oh, that run just completely demoralized the Bulls, they've never gotten back into another game after that. No matter who you swap in or out, it's a collective thing. And that, whatever you want to look at it, whoever you want to blame it on, I don't care who the pinpoint is. The fact of the matter is, it's a problem with this team, and it's been a problem. And so, if you always have to play with a run, or you always have to be in the lead to feel confident, you're going to lose a lot of games in the NFL because there are going to be a lot of teams that go on runs against you. That's the nature of the basketball. It's a run-based league. And so if another team going on a run completely takes you out of the mindset that you need to be in that game, it's about to be a long season. That's all I can say with that. It's about to be a long season.
I
Body
think it might
language
be
was
one
awful.
too. Simply because it was one, I think in the fourth quarter, you seen Kobe White kind him and run like some type of action with Nikola Vucevic, get a ball up. Kobe White said something to him. Nikola Vucevic does his own thing. Kobe White start flaring his arms and stuff. I'm not going. I know things like that happen. I know it's conversations like that happens, but it's definitely gonna be something I'm gonna keep my eyes on, because if the Vooch is out there cussing out the coach for the right reasons, I believe the right reasons, but the players not, his teammates not seen to be on the same accord with it, I'm gonna start paying a little more attention to it to see if there's some like disconnect going on, because you gotta be working together if you're gonna try to win some ball games, bro. For sure.
But we got the color codes mixed up. Red and white, white and red, yellow ain't hooked up. My thing is,
Bro, that's
every
a
question
really
with the
deep cut,
audio
because a lot
visual.
of the young people don't even know what that
They
is
don't even
anymore. They're
know.
like,
Did you
it's
just
not
go with the
HDMI.
AV? He wanted
Right. Shout
but
out to
that's
Steve-O.
my
Shout out to
thing
Steve-O for the deep cut on that one. I respect it, though. I respect it.
I'm just saying that's just what we are. We're not connected. We're not going to ever be connected. It's like Billy is the main concern. Not even the main concern. When you got a bitch organization, you hire bitch ass coaches. When you have a bitch ass coach, you have a bitch ass team. It's the same thing. It's not gonna change. I don't expect this.
Bruh,
I'm
sound
saying,
chill.
like
You
Kanye.
go
no. Let me
every
cook.
time you
Let me
start
cook.
talking, bro.
Let me cook.
Calm. We get it. We
I
get
am
it.
Sounded like
calm.
Yeezy.
You making me
You
not
remember
calm.
Yeezy
I am
said-
calm.
Yeezy
You
said,
ain't never been
dudes-
calm.
Yeezy said, hater dudes let marry hater chicks and have hater kids. That's how you sounded right
hey,
What?
hey.
there.
That's funny.
What did that even mean?
I couldn't say all the words that Kanye said in his
You
verse,
could have
but-
said it, nigga. This is Chicago Bull Central. This
Right.
ain't nothing else. You can say
Yeah,
whatever
and
the hell
it's
you want to
saying
say.
riddles
Like,
and shit.
what the hell? What you talking about? Like, you can't
riddles.
say it. You know where you are, bro. Like, this ain't Locked On Bulls. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Say it.
My whole point is everything y'all say, I don't understand why. We do know why. It's Bill. He ain't gonna figure it out. He just not. Everything we expect him to figure out at this point in time, he's just not gonna figure it out. And
Which
we're
is
just
why
gonna
that
see the
extension
same
is-
Well,
stuff.
I mean, it goes back to the same thing, right? Like even Vooch in Media Day talking about the fact that one of the things that he talked about is how he's used. Like that's why when you see Vooch out there getting into a Billy Donovan, you know it's deeper than just this game. It's simply because this is a problem with Billy Donovan. He does
That's
not
why it's not
utilize
just one
like we're
game.
like they showed the graphic at the start of the game. Zach LaVine is an elite catch and shoot player on 3-point range. Not just good, not just great, elite. We're talking about top 3 in the NBA off catch and shoots. You know how many percentage of Zach LaVine's shots come off catch and shoots in a Billy Donovan's offense? Less than 5%. When you have a
Miles
player
close.
that's elite in something and you don't use it, Vooch, again, I started this off with Vooch. Vooch is a damn good post and dive player. Post and goes, he can go, dive and goes, he can go off of everything. Everything in the post, Vooch can primarily do. We can't even get the ball to Vooch in the post most times. That is and I wouldn't be surprised if we see, especially if you bet, since now you've bet on continuity. Vooch is here now. He knows he has his contract. Zach knows he ain't going nowhere unless he wants to go somewhere. I would not be surprised if after the season goes on, and again, it's one game, but let's see how the story develops this season. If it goes where you start seeing more tension with Zach, Vooch, and Billy Donovan, because
let me ask you, Haize.
Yeah.
What do you think the front office said to Vooch to like get him to stay? Like, what did they say to him? Like, cause Vooch had every opportunity to get up out of here.
It was that crib he bought.
Like, no,
I mean,
even
no,
with the-
I mean,
No,
'cause you can
but-
buy a new crib.
But
They was
Haize,
gonna-
Haize, you could contest to this. When he came out, when he got re-signed, he pretty much came out and said, "I talked to Billy Donovan about receiving more touches,
Yeah,
being
I
more
think
involved in the
I
offense."
think that they said what they needed to say to him because they knew the Bulls weren't in a place to replace Nikola Vucevic. They didn't have the assets, the players weren't out there, and whatever else. They don't have any type of backup center other than Andre Drummond, don't get me wrong, Andre should have played more minutes, but you can't rely on Andre Drummond to be a 30-minute per game
Oh, for
starter
sure.
without having a
No,
decent,
no,
damn good
no.
backup behind him. But so they knew, they said what they needed to say, and I wouldn't doubt Billy Donovan is one of the best gaslighters in all of sports. I would have no doubt that Billy Donovan said the right things to get Nikola Vucevic to think to stay. But at the end of the day, we're not seeing it, and that's going to breed frustration because once players are in a place where they realize, hey, even if you do trade me, I'm getting my money now. So cool. I'm about to say we've already seen it this offseason from Vooch saying with just
It's
talking
last
real
chance.
to these players. Like I'm telling you. Like,
I
do
hope-
not be. I know Billy Donovan has the extension that technically hasn't kicked in. We don't know how long it is, but that frustration that's building is real, and it's difficult as a player. We already have a flawed team, right? I want to be clear. This construction of this roster has always been flawed, but when you have a coach that doesn't use players to what they do best and sit there and he's on a press conference where I'm sure I can tell you right now, somebody who's watching Billy Donovan's press conference tell me I see it, but I can't hear it. I'm going to go ahead and say what Billy Donovan saying. We like the shots that we got. We got some open shots. We hope we're going to hit those at a little bit of a higher rate. We feel pretty confident about the game Zach LaVine had. He took some bad shots. He was able to get to the free throw line, but we feel confident we're going to be able to get him going in the next game. Patrick Williams, I was happy with some of the things I saw Pat do out there. We got to hit better shots out there. And, I feel like we really ran the game plan well today. I feel like, we did some good things. What the fuck did you do right when you allowed a team to go? I guarantee you that's what the fuck Billy Donovan's saying in the press
I ain't gonna
conference.
lie
right now.
to you. That right there is facts, and it made my head hurt
Bruh.
because it
You know
sounds
why?
like
You know what?
another stupid coach in Chicago.
Bruh, the same exact stuff that's happening with the Bears. And you know what's crazy? Like, the Bulls could have went and got out and tried to get a Max Strus, right? And they went out and got Javon Carter. And the other guy that they picked up, Torrey Craig. Max Strus had 27 and 12 tonight for the
Well,
Cleveland
it's
Cavaliers.
different though too. Like they didn't need the Bliss Bulls team isn't necessarily in need of scoring a score. They needed defense. They needed 3-point shooting. Not to say Max Strus wouldn't bring 3-point
12
shooting, but
rebounds on top
keep-
of that.
keep in mind though, what Max Strus got, the Bulls couldn't have offered though. Keep that in mind too.
That's true.
So
Mhm.
I just hope Vooch choking his John Gotti looking ass right now. That's all I want. I don't have no more energy for this team. Y'all keep saying it's
Damn,
1 year,
Steve-O,
it's
after
one game.
game?
Yes.
No more
Yes.
energy?
No, I don't.
Melvin
It's the
in the
same
building
thing.
says, and the problem is I can't trust Acme for a good rebuild. He skipped 2 good power forwards when we need it for Dalen Terry, drafting players who can't shoot. Listen, I wouldn't, but the Bulls aren't going to go for a rebuild. That's the thing. Like everybody likes to make it as if this one or the other thing. The Bulls aren't going for a rebuild. There's nothing in AK's history. Go and check out C Red Nation over at PC Players Choice, because Bobby and Steve actually talked about this. There's not going full rebuild. It's not happening. So you can let those dreams go. So
They still believe
can the
Lonzo
mob
gonna come
just
in
grab
and fix
his ass?
everything. They honestly feel like Lonzo Ball go come in and fix everything if he ever
I
come
hope
back.
nobody feeling like that.
Billy's talking about confrontation is good. You know what? Billy would think confrontation is good because he knows nobody's going to spend. We need Latrell Sprewell on the team. Just one good day, bro. Just one good day.
Just
I
clock
bet
his
you Billy get his ass up out of there. Like that. Like I'm tired, bro. Like and listen, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not a Steve-O. Steve-O's dumb, but yet he'll show up to every post game show because the motherfucker just likes recording. But it like Steve-O says half mic will travel. But at the end of the day, like the frustration part of this team, it carries over because this was supposed to be a year where things were supposed, even if you lose different. And to lose in a way to where it seems like everybody got down on themselves. You gave up 3-pointers, another big third quarter again with the Chicago Bulls. It's been the story forever. It just sucks, man. It sucks that this is the way that we start off the season. And it's supposed to be a season where things are supposed to feel different. And we're starting off with the loss that feels like the same losses we spent all last year talking about.
That's exactly it right there. That's
My boy
it.
We
got
got
his
any
hand
more
raised.
money? Do we have any money to go get Evan Fournier?
Off the Knicks.
Yes, they're not playing him.
Let me see if he played tonight.
I need somebody else that can shoot. If we gonna keep looking like this, shooting is the only thing that's gonna fucking save us at this point.
I don't even know, bro. It is
Kev
what it
ass
is,
calling
man.
his son over there to help him work his
Nah, Evan
iPad. Come
Fournier
on, son, show me how you do
he
that
had
thing. Get on
DNP
YouTube.
coach's decision. DNP coach's decision from Evan Fournier tonight.
That's so funny. That's crazy. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it is what it is. This team needs to play smarter. They need to play with more grit. They need to defend better. And I would not be surprised if we have another game like this. Oh, best believe Billy's going to change the starting lineup already. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a starting lineup change within the first 8 games of the season. If stuff still is going like this, because that's Billy Donovan.
That will be Billy Donovan, and I think that's one of the things that killed Ayo Dosunmu last season. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But
my man
hey,
talking about
that's the
confrontation
coach
in
we
game
got.
1 of 82. He's talking about confrontation in game 1 of 82 at the crib.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Meanwhile, the Hornets
just let
coming
me
out and
Vince
beat
says
the
never
Hawks.
trust a grown man named Billy. No, I have a different thing. Never trust a grown man without a mustache. And that's Billy Donovan.
Never trust a grown man that chew gum more than he come up with offensive sets.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
Ignorant.
That's wild, man. All right, any last thoughts, man, before we get up out of here? We got to go do Locked On Bulls next, man.
Do better, bro. You got 2 games Friday,
That was
Saturday.
Vooch. That was Vooch. He just told me Billy a bitch in his native language.
Jesus. Do better, guys. Y'all got 2 games Friday, Saturday. Let's see what you got for us.
Vooch said he finna go on the James Harden campaign.
Yeah, we got a lot of games. We got games Friday, Saturday, and then I think Monday after that too. Like we play a lot of games in a condensed amount of time. Yeah,
getting busy.
We get right to it, bro. Like the season has officially begun. That's all I can say. We right into it.
Damn alcoholic.
You don't even like alcohol though, bro.
And I'm about to become one.
Bro, somebody please, crisis in game 1.
Somebody please give Steve-O some pussy.
It's one thing. If it's one thing y'all don't, if it's one thing y'all need to understand about me, I hate getting fucking embarrassed. So there is no excuse.
They got embarrassed.
Nigga, it's my team. I'm embarrassed by default.
Say it again.
What you think? What the hell? What am I gonna say? No, because what am I gonna say? Yo, player's choice now.
Yes.
I look stupid now.
Gotta go on players.
I look dumb as hell now.
Recap this game.
What today?
No.
Oh, have fun with that. Because what was his name? Robotic, whatever his name, the weird dude.
Field day.
Yeah, and West Goat, they finna get your ass, bro. That's finna be hilarious. Look. And what I tell y'all, after 10 p.m., Kev starts yawning and rubbing his eyes like a little kid. We 7 minutes away. Look at him.
I ain't had no Red Bull tonight.
Hey, West Goat ain't got nothing to say to me after he said Carlos Boozer was a top 10 MVP candidate.
That's true.
I will punch him in the face with a mace real quick. With a spiked bat. How dare he Carlos Boozer,
He
bro.
said with a spike bat. What the
Carlos Boozer.
He on some left
Carlos
for
Boozer
dead
was a top
shit.
10 MVP candidate.
Oh
Bro,
my
stop
God.
it, bro. In Utah, not even in Utah. He was a top
That's
10.
what he
Grab
said.
it, Joe.
And you,
I'm just saying, bro. That dude yelled more than he grabbed
bro,
rebounds.
that's what he said, bro. That was his take.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Let's get up out of here, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all can follow Steve-O at Steve-O Speaks. Go and check out Big Kev over at Chicago White Sox and Cubs Central. You can check out Bobby with C-Dub over the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, and follow them over at Players Choice over at C-Red Nation. They're live. What days are you guys live again, Bobby?
Monday and Thursday.
Monday and Thursday. Y'all can check them out. So make sure you guys go and support them over there. Go ahead and head over to Locked On Bulls. Me and Pat will be over there live here in a second. Make sure you follow the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. Kev about to start rubbing them eyes. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red. Peace,
Go
y'all.
Bulls.